Hello, my name is Jack, guys and girls on the internet, and I welcome you to this DayZ Standalone video I'm going to make. Today we're going to be looking at the character creation screen, we're going to be looking at the controls, and I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks to keep you alive as soon as you first start out. So when you first start out, you get this start screen and it's quite blurred. I just started that this in, but mine's that's quite crisp and clear, and the way you can do that is by going to your configure, going to your video, going to your rendering, and just disabling post-process and everything else if you really want to. Some people actually do like it on, I don't like it at all. I'm just going to up my bloom a bit, even though I don't think it'll do anything. But the only thing I've kept on is the edge smoothing, just to make everything look a little bit better, and the ambient occlusion, just to give the shadows a bit of a richer kind of look, as well as that the shadowing for everything just makes it look overall better. So to start off with, aside from the grass and everything that looks crisp and clear now, I have a guy here, and when you first start out, you do not start out with this guy, you start out with no one here. This is the guy I made when I got the game after Christmas. I think I got it a week or a couple of weeks after. This is the guy I made, and when he meets his inevitable demise, he will spawn into this guy here, and this is your default character screen. So every time you die and you respawn, you will spawn as this person. You can change it as much as you want, as many times as you want. In a minute, because it's early access alpha or maybe pre-alpha, all I can say is you've got 5 options to change your clothes, skin colour, and your gender. This is probably going to be it full stop. Hopefully in the full game I want him to actually add more of an advanced panel so we get more, so I could tweak specific parts of his body, like his hair for once, his nose, his eyes, his mouth, his abs. Wouldn't make him look skinny or really buff. At me it looks really buff, but you know, just make him look really stupid. That's the kind of thing that hopefully I want to do. Massive immersion in character creation. But once you've created your character, male, female, and it's to your personal preference and your liking, all you do is click set default, although I can't do that because this is my default, and you are greeted by this screen. All you got to do is just go click play and away you go. Although I click change server and I'm in a specific server. And that's it really for the character creation screen. So all I can say now is I'll see you in the game with the controls. And welcome to the DayZ Standalone game. Now when I did put my blur up, I thought it didn't actually do anything, but when you look at the sun, it's actually pretty nice now. That is actually pretty nice. But the controls are pretty simple with this game, if you're not familiar with these types of games. It's basically W runs forward, A runs left, S backwards, and D right. You can do that with your arrow keys as well if you're a lefty. To look around, all you do is just use your mouse. You can use Alt, left Alt, and you can do that free transformation. And you know, free look and look about, which is pretty good. As well as that, we have a few more kind of buttons to press. You can use Q to look peek left, E to peek right. You can use C, press the C key and it stands up, and at the minute it is stood up, so it's not doing anything. Press X and you go into crouch, so then when you press C it does stand up, and then you can press Z and go into prone. You can also, if you're in crouch mode and you press Q and E, it does the same thing. And Z, you do a stealth roll in whichever direction, depending on which button you pressed. As well as that, you have the F1 keys and the F2, F3, and F4. I've set them up as that. So F1 makes you say hello. F2 actually it doesn't work with standing up, it only works with crouching, as I've seen, so it kind of surrender. And then if you stand up, and we'll just look around again, F3 makes you sit, which is good. And F4 is, I think, is a taunt, which is a rude middle finger. But yeah, that's pretty much that. And as well as that, if you're running, you press V, there's like a little hop. If I run like that, it does hop. But if you stood still, you press V as well, you just kind of vault over, or step over should I say. And that's pretty much it for the keys. You can press G as I've set it to the mod version, and that brings up your HUD display. It is actually by default is set to tab, so if you are a mod player and you've just bought the game, you're pretty much stuck with tab until you change it in the assignments section. So you can change it back to G, so you can just run about and have the HUD up. The HUD is actually changed a lot as well, and you've got these kind of this bar at the bottom, which is 1 to 10. So whatever you put in here, if you press the number, it corresponds to whatever item you got in there, which is pretty good. The vicinity area is actually what's on the ground, what's near you. This is what's in your hands, and this is what you're wearing. Obviously, what you're wearing depends on what you pick up. It can be in various different forms. So it could be worn, pristine, badly damaged, etc, etc. And the cool thing about it as well as that is if you are running about and you decide to put stuff in your pockets and people shoot at your legs and they damage your jeans or whatever type of pants you wore on, and you've got some stuff in your pockets, say, I don't know, say you put a gun sight in your pocket for some strange reason, it will actually damage whatever's inside your pockets. So it's a good way of anti-banditing kind of thing. So you've got to kind of oh, one minute, I don't know what this flashing is. Anyway, let's go back to this house. Oh, this little building. So if you're going to be banting, you're going to have to kind of hold people up more than you would do normally, because if you start shooting them outright and killing them, you could just damage anything that's in their pockets if they're carrying anything of value. And that's it pretty much with the control section. Now I will actually go on to the tips and tricks that you can kind of use. So now it's time for my tips and tricks for the night. And all I can say is, number one is, do not go into a town or a city without a convoy or an overwatch nearby. And what I mean by that is, do not go in on your own, and do not go in without having a sniper team with you looking out for you, because you never know, with big cities and big towns you normally get some bandit controlled areas and they kill on sight. Now that's no good if you're trying to look for loot and everything like that, so make sure you arm up and you take some friends with you. Number two, do not eat any rotten fruit. Now rotten fruit have been put into the standalone. Obviously it's self-explanatory, do not eat or you will die if you do not treat it. You need some charcoal tablets. If you cannot find any, you are screwed. Game over, end of. It's pretty simple really, just don't eat them. Number three, all I can say is, do not trust anybody apart from you and your friends, and even then do not trust your friends, because even with the new spawn people, you never know, you might get some wannabe kind of bandits and you don't want to be brushing shoulders with them. And as for my last golden tip, all I can say is, keep your valuables safe, like food and water, because if you, for argument's sake, went to a town or a city and you went into a supermarket and you took some food and you took some water from there. Now I'm not sure about this because I think they haven't coded it in yet, as far as I'm aware, that they spawns not respawning stuff back, so whatever you pick up doesn't respawn in the same place. I could be wrong, they may have done it, but I'm pretty sure that if you took something from a supermarket, you would most likely have to go to another supermarket to get some more, because you cannot go back to the same one, which makes no sense, but that's the way the spawning is working at the minute, I think. Anyway, but that's all I have for that, and all I can say is, Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like the video. I'm going to be doing some more off the wall standalone videos, and I'm going to be doing a story driven DayZ mod epoch video, or video series should I say. And as well as that, I've got some playthrough games that I want to play, like Batman Arkham Origins, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Splinter Cell Blacklist, and a few others. Just tell me what you want to kind of watch out of the three that I've just said, and I'm more than happy to make a series on it for you. So yeah, like I say, see you later.